All right, good morning, my Chester friends. So let me get my mocha right here. Right now, currently in Chester, it's clear skies. Temperature's at 59. It feels like 58. The wind speeds are at 10 mile an hour, and the humidity is at 89 percent. As far as that, our temperatures uh, today are going to be up around 78 degrees. Uh, with a low of 48 today. Expect the winds throughout the week to be between 1 and 5 mile an hour, but gusts are going to be in the low 20s to the upper 20s by this weekend as far as your wind gusts. So let's take a look at our temperatures uh, this coming week. Sunday, we got a low of 45, a high of 58, sunny. Monday, a low of 34 and a high of 61, partly sunny. Tuesday, a low of 54 and a high of 75, mostly sunny. Wednesday, a low of 56, a high of 65, 40% chance of rain. Thursday, a low of 62, a high of 66 with 80% chance of rain. And Friday, a low of 58 and a high of 67 with a 50% chance of rain. And Saturday, a low of 44 and a high of 61. This is brought to you by Tim Hall's Construction. I'm just kidding. Just giving a shout out to Tim Hall. And Mom and Pop's Pizza. If you haven't tried it, visit their website when they're going to be doing pizza again. And you might get one of my wife's swirly swirl lemon shake-ups. Anyways, I'm just putting a shout out to those guys. Let me go ahead and get off of this, and we're going to take a look at the current radar. Right now, there is a fire danger with dry conditions up in the northwest part of Wisconsin, and I believe in and around Minnesota, right across on the border area. We do have some rain showers in the Green Bay area right now, and in above Michigan in Canada, we do have a mix and some snow, as you can see that on radar. Vermont expects some ice, and then Maine expects some snow. They are under a winter weather advisory. Currently, we do have some snow in Montana, and you can see that we do have a special weather statement. Let's go ahead and see what they got going on. Light snow, rain, patchy freeze and drizzle impacts the area along the High Line and Interstate 15 north of the Great Falls to Canadian border. So that's what you got right now, light snow. Uh, if we go ahead and look at the DBZs, uh, when it's anything between nothing and 20, that's pretty light. Between 20 and 40, get into moderate. Above 40, expect heavy snow. But we do have some rain showers up there in northern Idaho and parts of Montana. As far as that, we do have some rain showers hitting the coast of California, anywhere between south of San Diego all the way up to Salinas, California. We do have a flood warning in the Santa Barbara area. And in Sierra Nevada, right now, we do have a mix right there. You can see the pinks. So that'll be a mix right there. And expect the Sierra Nevadas to have snow. And let's go ahead and take a look at their advisory. Anywhere up to 11 inches above 7,000 feet. Your Middle Rockies in Utah, expect, again, in the higher elevations, 12 inches above 9,000 feet and 2 to 6 inches between 7,500 and 9,000 feet. We do have a couple of dense fog in our special weather statements, actually around Corpus Christi area, and we do have some in Florida, I believe, and Georgia. and that'll be around the Jacksonville Lake City in Florida, all the way up to Jessup, Waycross in Georgia. I believe the coastal areas up in Canada, they're going to have gusty winds, a little bit of mix, ice, rain, snow up in that area right there. And I think that's all we got as far as the current weather. So let's take a look at pivotal weather and when the rains are going to be here. So let's go ahead and switch. So I believe we might have a little bit of showers over midnight from Monday into Tuesday. And then this low is going to move in. And this is where we're going to get our rains from Thursday into Friday, Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. You can see that moving in. Let me go ahead and get my draw tool out real quick. Right about there. You get the beautiful blue. Right about there is where we are. And so that is going to be our rains coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let me go ahead and come out and you can see that low right there. Let me go ahead and get to the jet stream and our mid-level flow. And let me move it back. All right, there it is. So that right there is going to be around the Wednesday. That's where our low is going to be sitting. Let me go ahead and get that draw tool back off. Erase that. And that's what's going to be bringing in our rains this weekend. You can see where it's rolling in. And most of that moisture is coming up from Baja California areas. And you can see that right here, bringing all that moisture up and in. I call that basically an advection, where they're getting some of that moisture from basically the Baja California area, bringing that moisture up and bringing us that rain. Other than that, I believe that is all we got as far as your weather currently. Let's go ahead and get back to Radar Omega. And if you want, and I encourage you to, kind of helps me out, you can share and like on Facebook, Billy Rose, look for the German Shepherd, and add me as your friend. Share that, tell them where they can find me. And on YouTube, they can like and subscribe to Billy Rose at Hillbilly Weather on my YouTube channel. So as far as that's all I got as far as this coming week. It's a pretty decent weekend. You guys have a good rest of your weekend, and if anything changes as far as precipitation coming up midweek, I'll drop something. You guys have a good morning.